Hello guys and welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be joined by a very special friend of mine, Miss Poppy, and we are going to be talking about The Ones Who Live. Now, Poppy's seen the whole series, so do you want to give us your overview of the whole series quickly?
I don't know whether I just like seeing Code again, but it was a good series. Like, it really tackled their relationship that we don't really see because most of their relationships are in the war, Walking Dead.
Yeah, I
It
completely
is
agree.
nice to see them, like, together, how they have their relationship, but
Yeah.
I thought it was good. It ended the way I wanted it to end. It's fine.
So, just to preface this, I've only seen episodes 1, 2, and 3, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about the first episode, which mostly centered on Rick. And I gotta say, I came out of it feeling very optimistic about the series and actually being like, wow, they have put a budget behind this. I feel like they've put a budget behind all of their spin-offs. Like, they've all been very good quality. Writing quality has kind of been a bit all over the place. Like, Dead City was up here, Daryl Dixon was like here. Yeah. I still haven't finished Daryl Dixon. I've got one episode left.
I I watched like the first 2 episodes, and I watched like Fleur Delacour when it first started. And have you watched that bit where it goes
Yeah.
back to like her first night? That's
Yeah.
all I've watched.
That I will say that that episode was very good, but it does just kind of go a bit like, really? And now, like, they're
Uh,
introducing Carol to the mix and she ends up in
the
France
thing
and I'm
is,
like,
right? Like you say, they like show you how they got their way. Like, oh, why are they in France?
I will say this,
Like, like,
it does make sense, but yeah, it is a bit of a, it's a bit of a like a wow, you
and
were really
like
in the right place at the right time in order for this story to happen. Do you know what I mean?
literally, and like there are no stakes. I'm not gonna kill Daryl Dixon
Yeah, absolute
like
facts.
in years of Walking Dead. So what's the point? It's
No,
fine.
I do agree with you. I think it's telling a good story, but it just hasn't gripped me in the way that I wanted it to. Not in the same way that Dead City did. Dead City like had me in a bit of a chokehold because I thought it was telling a really good story. But we're here with The Ones Who Live, and we're gonna
Yeah.
just jump straight into it. So if you guys are enjoying, make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're doing all that liking, commenting, all that YouTube stuff that you guys do so well. And we're going to be doing an episode on each of the episodes, so leave your thoughts down below. No spoilers. Remember my rule, I haven't watched all the episodes, so if you have, don't be spoiling it down below. But without much further ado,
Basically, at the end.
let's get into the video, guys. So we are going to be starting off with a little segment by Poppy. She's going to be talking about the episode titles of the series and their significance. So over to you, Poppy.
So the first episode of The Walking Dead is called Days Gone By, and then in this series, the first 3 episodes are called Years Gone By, and I
Yeah,
love it.
it's
My
a great
favorite
Easter
one.
egg.
It is.
My only issue I have with that whole idea is the fact that by themselves the episode titles are dreadful.
It makes sense.
What's the second half of the series called? Because like the
What
first,
we become.
what we
So it goes
become.
Years Gone By, and then the next 2 are called What We, and then number 5 is Become, and
Yeah.
then the last one is called The Last Time.
Right, okay. So what we become, if I'm not wrong, is a comic like volume
Yeah, I think
title.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
I want to say like back when they were in like the prison, like going to Alexandria era, but like I could be 100% wrong. I've got them over on my bookshelf, but I can't bother to get up. But we are going to start talking about the actual episode now, and I think it's interesting how they did like a little recap, and obviously this is Rick and Michonne's show, but there was an incredible focus on Jadis that I wasn't.
Jada.
Is it Jadis?
Yeah.
Oh god, I've been saying it wrong all these years. Jadis. There was a big focus on her, and I knew she was going to be in this series, but I didn't
Yeah.
expect her to have her own flashback segment in like the previously on Walking Dead kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I've watched it, so I've watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
I kind of know why they've done
Okay.
it like that. But obviously, she's part of them. So I
Yeah.
guess they need to recap just in case everyone forgot about that bit.
So, starting the episode, I've got to talk about the whole events leading up to Rick becoming a soldier.
Right.
He was the show started with him attempting suicide, which was jarring to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, sorry. I always do like a little Snapchat story of what I'm watching, and I couldn't post it. But at the time, I think I had like a picture saved of me, and my face is just.
I literally just put
And
Rick
just
attempting suicide. Interesting. And then the I worked out quite quickly that there were two separate places. You've got the CRM and then you've got like processing, basically.
yeah,
Yeah. And that took
yeah.
me a second because I was like, why is Rick on a leash? That really jarred me at
No,
first.
that whole section, I was like, it's 7 minutes into the show. Like, chill out. Like, calm down
Nah,
for 2
facts.
seconds.
Facts.
I've just play. Like, chill out.
Yeah, he's already on a leash. He's about to chop his arm off just to get away. I was like, really? Do you know what? Do you know what? I would have been all for it if he had have escaped. But the fact that he chopped his hand off and still got caught, I was just in a moment of what?
It's almost like that time where I thought they were gonna push Aaron off the building before the opening credits.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, right now, like, I want some context for this
Yeah.
one bit, please.
I also got so confused at the start because I genuinely thought that everyone was being kept on leashes, but it was just Rick
Yeah, that's
because
what I thought.
he was trying to escape.
Because that bit where he chops the arm off is after the bit that we see at the end of Walking Dead.
Yeah,
Where he
this is
chops him off
again,
the
this
face.
is what I mean by so confused about the
The
time
timeline.
frames and the timing of
Yeah,
everything
it
because
gets like so confusing.
yeah, it was like it's like when they go like, oh, 5 years ago, like moments ago, now, and I'm like, when is now? Give me some
Where's
like
moment?
yeah, what is this bullshit? But obviously, as I said, Rick did become a part of the army, and I think it's an interesting move because we've seen Rick as a leader, and I'm gonna be getting onto this in just a second, but it's interesting to see Rick as subservient, but also disruptive in that kind of way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do understand. I'm kind of like I don't like it
Mm,
at all.
yeah.
Like because we've seen him in like a leader power like role
Mm,
for so long.
yeah.
Then see him have to take orders is a bit like
Yeah.
uh,
It's like why it's why season 7 was so jarring at times is because
oh, don't even because I've just had to rewatch it. I was like, actually, I was like, Eve, all they do is look for food. We're skipping this whole episode. She's like, are you sure? Yeah. Yeah.
did you skip the episode at Oceanside?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All you needed to say in that episode is Heath goes missing and he's never seen again. Like never
That's
seen
literally what I
again.
said to her. I was like, there's the thing is, when they go back to Oceanside
Yeah,
to get the guns, they explain the entire thing again.
exactly. So there's actually no point in watching that episode.
I was like, you can't even watch
So
it.
one of the things that I wanted to bring up was we finally get an explanation as to what the fuck A and B means. Because, and I'm still not even sure.
Yeah. But, like, there
I
are
know
people
I know what they mean in terms of people, but I don't know what it means in terms of the CRM. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, but they want it to go back to old society, so they can't have any rebels,
Right.
because that will disrupt normal society, is what I'm assuming.
Okay. So A's are like
it is.
the leaders and the rebels and the people who will be powerful, and then B's are like the subservients, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. So okay, that I'm glad that you cleared that up, because I've been sitting here and they keep on mentioning A's and B's, and I feel like I missed that bit. I don't also remember what Jadis said Rick was. I thought she said he was an A.
No, I think she says I don't have whatever the one is about leaders,
Yeah.
which is A.
Yeah.
She says I don't have that. I thought I did, but I have a B.
Right. Okay.
To save him, I think it could
Mhm.
be the other way around, the letters,
Okay.
but she does say, because she was going to take Father Gabriel
Yes, she was. You're right.
originally.
Yeah.
And then obviously she swaps, and then she wants to save them as well. And she
Yeah.
knows if they give them one person, she'll be like cleared from whatever she did.
Yeah. There's lots of question marks about Jadis even, that I'm
Yeah,
still a little bit confused about, but like I'm hoping they get answered before the end of the
yeah,
series.
you'll get some answers.
Okay, good. I'm glad about that, because yeah, okay, cool. So my next thing I wanted to talk about is the introduction of Terry O'Quinn as General Beale. Now, have you seen Lost?
No, my dad has, and every single time he came on the screen, it was, oh, it's the guy from Lost.
Yeah. So I
I know.
am a huge Lost fan. Lost is one of my favorite shows ever. It's second only to The Walking Dead and Doctor Who. But like this guy, Terry O'Quinn, who plays the like General Beale guy, you know who General Beale is. Am I using the right name? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sometimes they just say their name once and then they never use it again, and I'm like, huh? Who are you?
Oh, yeah. Like, I still don't know what the guy's name is. Like, the guy that's like the leader of Rick and the other woman.
That's General Beale.
No.
Oh, him. Oh, I,
The one that
I,
gets murdered.
I just put that guy. That guy. But they keep on saying his name, and every time I'm like, oh, I should write that down, and I just don't. But anyway, so Terry O'Quinn, fantastic actor, one of the best characters in Lost. Genuinely like carried moments of that show on his back, and I feel like he's doing the same here. There's moments where I'm like, okay, this is a bit dull, and then he'll go into a monologue and I'll just be glued to the screen, and I'll be like, wow, that was quite magnetic. Like there's a scene in the third episode where he just starts talking about a sword, and I had no clue what the context of that scene was, like watching it, but I really enjoyed it. It was fantastic. So I think
I know what he's talking about.
You know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
But his scenes in the later part of the series, like the last part, is just
okay,
useful.
Good. I'm excited.
Perfect. And I do like his like ominous, because like Rick could just like you there and then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's not going to. He's playing a long game.
He's playing a long game. And I think that's what's so good about this show, is it is the long game. We get to see it all play out. And I think that's important, because otherwise we get just a rushed version of events. That's what I liked about Dead City, is it felt very much like everything was happening in 2 days. Whereas like Daryl Dixon was like, oh, we've just travelled from here to here. It's been a whole week. And I was like, I hate when they do that. I want it to be like, I want it to be action packed in like a close vicinity of time.
The worst thing anyone can do in a TV show or a film is go like 1 day later, 2 days later. Just show me the 2 days.
No, literally, just show me it. Like, and it's not even a case of like, oh, there was nothing interesting to show in those 2 days. Make something interesting happen in those 2 days. You're writing the show.
Like in Stranger Things, they do that in the last episode. Oh my god.
Mm.
There could be so much that happens in them 2 days. Why don't you just show me them 2 days? Surely you have a budget for one more episode.
Oh, facts, facts.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it does wind me up. My next point that I was gonna bring up is the whole. It's just another horrific Rick plan. I feel like I don't know whether the explosion knocked all sense out of him, but this is now the second escape attempt that has gone horrifically, horribly wrong. There's the one
Which
with
one?
the gas truck where he's trying to climb into the sewers, and then there's like a little girl that screams, and he was gonna. What?
His second escape plan?
Well, his first one was chopping off his. The ones that
Right.
of the ones that we've seen, I mean, in this
Oh,
episode.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Not his second in like general,
Okay,
just his second in this episode.
People
Yeah.
might attempt this.
I was gonna say he's attempted at least 3 times that we know of.
Oh.
But I just found this was the worst possible plan ever. But also it made sense, it just went horribly wrong. Like
I mean, I think it's a plan,
what, sorry?
you know? I think it was quite a good plan.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it made sense. It was just executed horribly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the issue. As soon as that girl screamed, I was like, where the fuck's this girl come from? Why is she around loads of walkers and no one's killing her? That was literally what I said. I went, why is she not dead?
Right. Because the thing is, why isn't she just sick? Because Gabriel gets sick from being around, from the walkers, like, touching him and stuff. Like, the guts touching him. And if she's just walking around with zombie guts all over her, surely she would be ill.
Honestly, I'm still confused as to how Gabriel lost his eye. I'm still confused to this day.
I've just rewatched it, okay? That's why it's, like, in my mind, like, clearly. But, like, surely, like, the way they explain it after, to the fact that, like, it all went on her, surely it would just, like, anyway, I don't want to think about it.
It's one of those things where, like, there's so much good about the show, and then there's just moments where I'm like,
That's very. It's like oh, that's very convenient.
No, that is literally the word I'd use, is convenient.
Thing ever.
Yeah, absolutely. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was the conversation between Rick and, oh god, have I written his name down in like a future episode?
Okafor.
I knew it was something like that. Okay, so Okafor was actually one of the standout parts of the episode. He was actually very, very cool. There was an interesting conversation that he had with Rick where he basically exposed the fact that he knew about Michonne. Still a little bit confused how he knows about Michonne and that, because as far as I'm aware, because Jay just then contradicts this in the second episode by saying, like, she's the only one that knows about, like, Alexandria and that. And I was like, but Donnie over here knows.
I still don't get.
Is this?
I still don't get though.
Yeah.
If they picked her up.
Yeah.
From a community.
Yeah.
Surely they would have been like, "Where have you just been?" And worked it out from just like where they picked her up.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just the problem I had with that scene was literally that one bit of dialogue, because the rest of it was fantastic. Like, I think I was texting you throughout going, like, Andy is doing his work as an actor.
Yeah, I was like, just wait for it.
He is earning his paycheck. Yeah.
He is so. I would say this forever, that he is just such a good actor.
He's absolutely incredible. And the thing is like, I've only ever seen him in 2 things: Love Actually and The Walking Dead. And like, he's good in Love Actually, but like, I think everyone's kind of good in Love Actually, whereas like The Walking Dead shines.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah, he really does. It's such a fantastic scene. And then we move on to now, what's the South African woman's name? Because again, I missed that in the first episode and they never bring it up
Uh,
again.
Pearl?
Pearl?
Thorn. Pearl Thorn.
Pearl
Thorn.
Thorn. Okay, because I think I've gotten
They
written
reference her
down
as Thorn.
Thorn, but I have just been calling her the woman and she.
I
So
just call
that's,
her.
yeah. So her name's Thorn.
Yeah, they reference her as Thorn, but her full name is Pearl Thorn.
Okay, that's fine. I'll call her Thorn just for ease of sake. But they this was actually the bit that I was talking about earlier with World Beyond. They linked it in very nicely by showing that, oh my god, Omaha has been destroyed, when actually that was the CRM.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a really interesting
Like,
scene because obviously,
every time they reference to ever.
yeah, because I was like, oh, they don't know that that was actually the CRM. I think they suspect, but like the dramatic irony of like watching it and being like, oh, we actually know what happened to Omaha. Yeah, it's still crazy to me how even in an apocalypse they would just nuke a city.
I,
I need to watch
it's
like
not.
World Beyond for the
Cannot.
context, but like, whew, yeah,
Like, it's just so dumb.
yeah,
Like, I thought that like whole thing was like remaking the world.
mm,
Let's just go bomb a city.
facts, facts. Why not?
Sure. Okay.
We've got a
Alright.
we've got a
Fine.
500-year plan, but like,
Let's go bomb a
let's bomb a
city.
city.
Like, I was like, right. Literally everything that came out of everyone's mouth, I was like, right. But like, I'm just questioning your whole thought process.
Oh, facts, absolute facts.
Like everyone's thought process in this whole place. I'm like, what? What?
It's
What?
like, but it's the same as like, and I feel like this is the issue with the CRM currently for me, is the CRM just feels like it's retreading the Commonwealth.
Yeah, that's how I felt about it.
And it's really unfortunate that they didn't try and interweave the two and make the Commonwealth the CRM.
It would have been really good if they did that because it's very much basically the same thing. Just
Yeah.
the CRM is more extreme.
Yeah, the CRM is like the extreme of the scale, and also like the
Like,
CRM
I
is
always,
bad, whereas like the Commonwealth just had like bad parts.
okay.
No? Do you not agree?
Um, I think they had bad leaders.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like their
They
living
had,
situation was good, and it wasn't necessarily an oppressive environment to the extreme that the CRM is, but
yeah.
there was obviously certain areas that were lacking. Yeah.
Like their processing scenario in Commonwealth is very much like more extreme, I think,
Yeah.
from CRM. But
Yeah.
I don't know because I always think that the World Beyond place
Yeah.
is like Commonwealth in the fact that it was like a separate. And I
Uh-huh.
thought maybe they'll all work together.
Yeah. You thought that the
They're just like
Commonwealth would
little
be part of the
communities,
CRM. Yeah.
and it wasn't. And now it's kind of like they're the same thing,
Mm. Yeah.
but like it's just like it's weird.
It is a little bit. I do agree with that. I think
And I
it's
don't understand, like, if the Commonwealth is so big, why have the CRM not found them?
facts. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I do I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you.
And like,
But
if you look at a
also,
map,
I was gonna say, like, also, where is the CRM? Have we got
if you look
confirmation?
at, no, if you look at a map, it
Uh-huh.
makes everything so much more confusing.
Okay, I will
Like,
have to look at a map and be confused
look
because
at a map.
like where is the Commonwealth? The Commonwealth was in Ohio, right?
It's near. It is near to all the other communities though. That's the
Well,
thing
this
that's
this
weird.
is the thing. Is like, yeah, but I know definitely in the comics it's in Ohio, which isn't, I don't think, that far from Virginia, which is where Alexandria and that lot is. I could be
So
wrong.
like The Walking Dead
Yeah.
is like mainly like Georgia in Georgia.
It's it's
And then they
all
go
it's all the
up
West Coast, yeah. No, yeah.
into
No, East Coast.
Virginia,
Yeah.
and Commonwealth is in Ohio.
Yeah.
But like the CRM are literally like so close. It's ridiculous.
This is what I mean. Like, it would have made sense if it was like in Seattle or something. It was like the other side of the
And
country, or it was in the middle of the country,
the
but
way
like,
they explain it is that there are different states that
yeah,
are in CRM,
right.
like outposts, let's say.
Uh-huh.
And it's like there's literally one in Ohio right next to Commonwealth. So like why has no one bombed it yet?
To be fair, no, but even then, like, I was gonna say, like, to be fair, like, at the point where we are in the main TV show universe,
Hmm.
but it's still like a similar amount of time, isn't it? Because like the amount that they've skipped forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
Well.
when McCone and Rick are together,
Yeah.
it isn't it's the same time as
Okay.
the end of the Walking Dead.
Oh.
Kind
Okay.
kind of.
Like, kind of. Okay. Okay, that makes
Kind of, yeah.
sense. Because I know that then, like, Daryl Dixon takes place then roughly at the same time as this, but Dead City is years in
Where,
advance. Yeah.
yeah. Which doesn't make sense, but it's fine.
It
I
doesn't make sense, but also like, I'm glad that they aged Herschel up, because I think it just makes him more of a character. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
he's really ungrateful.
I think there's a lot to explore with that in season 2. They've said that they're going to explore Herschel a
I
lot
don't
more.
think it's really
I'm very excited. So the last thing that we're going to talk about in this episode is the shocking conclusion to the episode.
fine.
The helicopter ride was, first of all, absolutely incredible. When is it Okafor? Is that his name?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
When he got shot in the chest by that thing, and then it went and like just
Yeah,
exploded blood everywhere and body parts.
it's so
Wow.
good.
What a
Yeah.
great moment.
I'm actually gonna just rewind a little tiny
Oh
bit
yeah.
back to this helicopter ride. Rick explaining what his dad did to the farm. Good.
Yes. That was back in the scene before, wasn't it? Yeah.
In the helicopter, they speak about it.
Oh. Oh,
Where
yes.
they have
Yeah.
a conversation, and then all of a sudden, it just shoots up and kills people. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got something to say about that, but I'm going to save it for next episode when we see the other side of it. But
It's
I
like the
did
plot.
think this scene was potentially one of the, it was the best way to end the episode because it came so out of nowhere. There's very few times that The Walking Dead shocks me, and
Mm,
this shocked me. I didn't expect that, and this is the thing about these short series.
yeah.
They kill people off willy-nilly, and it's good and it's bad, because half of me is like, wow,
Oh,
I like the fact that they're shocking deaths, but the other half is like, but I don't care for the character because I've only seen them for less than an hour.
no, because the thing is, in episode 2, I was so heartbroken.
Yeah, I was so heartbroken as well. We're not talking about episode 2 because, again, no spoilers, but episode 2, there's a death in it
Um,
that I was like,
no,
really?
I was annoyed about all of them.
Yeah, to be fair, all of them were, yeah, all of them were
To be
rough.
honest, I was like, okay.
So the
What?
helicopter,
Oh, okay.
we can't talk about it, Poppy. We've got to save it for the next episode.
Okay.
Okay, right.
Sure.
So the
The
helicopter
helicopter.
crashes, right? The helicopter crashes. Now, crash.
Everyone lives.
Somehow,
Sure.
everybody lives in the helicopter crash. That's
No.
exactly what I thought.
And then Michonne luckily takes off their helmets before she kills them.
Yeah, honestly, I
Thank God.
rationalized it as like a I want to see your face as you die
Yeah.
kind of thing. That's
Luckily,
that's what.
luckily she did.
Yeah, luckily she has that mantra.
Or she'd be really upset in a second.
she'd have been really upset because all of a sudden Michonne rips off Rick's mask and it's like, oh my god!
Literally.
And I actually
But,
texted you.
um,
I texted you at the time, and I was like, well, that was easy.
well,
that was easy.
but the thing is, you had put fear in my heart of when we met up,
Yeah.
and you were like, well, maybe we get to see each other until the last episode, and I was like, no, because if that happens, I'll be so angry.
I was
So
I was really expecting the show to be like spending the whole time trying to get to each other, and then just as they get to each other, someone dies.
yeah, I know, and then you'd put that in my mind, and I was like, oh my god, like no, absolutely not for me. But then luckily they see each other, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But that is pretty much the episode. Is there any other things you want to add before we end the episode off?
Did Thorn talk about how she got there in this episode?
No.
Or is that in episode 3?
I'm fairly certain that's in episode 3.
Okay, well then
Yeah.
I have to talk about it.
Okay. Okay. Right. Well, that is the episode today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is going to end up being like 35 minutes, but I hope you guys enjoyed. We have a lot to talk about. Probably have progressively less to talk about as we go throughout the series, but I think this and the next episode are going to probably be the longest episodes, and maybe the finale, because there'll be a lot to talk about there. But until then, thank you guys very, very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and make sure to keep on ranting. See you later. Bye now.